There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live at Cavite State University CC80 campus. So today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, DXC Technology, and Dole Cavite, and of course, I'm a CAVSU alumna. So before we start, may we invite everybody for the opening prayer, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below.
mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Okay, so again, welcome everybody. Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. So I hope ready na kayo. And by the way, my name is Joyce from jobs180.com. I will be your today's host and we are live guys via Jobs180 Facebook and of course Jobs180 YouTube page. So we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. So, to officially start today's session, may we invite Mr. Reggie De Los Reyes, the campus OJT coordinator for the opening remarks.
Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. In behalf of our campus administrator, Dr. Jose Pilisama, I would just like to share his message for the opening remarks. The Director of Student Affairs and Services and Alumni Regent, Professor Noel T. Legaspi, other campus directors, Professor Marilu P. Luseco of Instruction Office, Dr. Elizabeth Ardumlao of the Administrative and Finance Services, Dr. Ariel G. Santos of the Physical Plant and Security Services, Engineer G.J. Bartolome of Research and Extension, William P. Luseco of External and Business Affairs, coordinators of the on-the-job training, invited resource speakers and lecturers, hosts and organizers of this event, participant in this webinar, good afternoon. In compliance with the IATF rules, CHED and University Advisory, this event, which was suspended in the previous year, is now being held on. Having the lowest COVID cases yesterday of 235 cases, we are looking forward to a better future for our education system, world of work, and Philippines as a whole. Committed to develop morally upright and globally competitive professional, the Cavite State University Sikat Campus, through our on-the-job training office, organized this webinar with intent to equip our graduating student with the skills, knowledge, proper ethics, and behavior necessary to land a job and develop a career fitted for their chosen course. Especially, this webinar will focus on the topics such as online application, virtual interviews and dressing up, labor laws, and personality development and career pathing, which are very useful to our student and job applicants. In behalf of the Sikat Campus, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our resource speaker and lecturer who will share their expertise to make our students successful in the future. To the organizer and host of this event, to the participants who without you, this seminar will not be possible. Let us listen to them, to our speaker attentively, because through them we will learn and find missing link towards a successful career and a bright future. Enjoy the rest of the session. Have a good day and thank you everyone. God bless us all. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Sir Reggie. Thank you so much po for gracing the event. Thank you, sir. And of course, we would like to thank also Mr. Dr. Joe Lesama. So kahit wala siya, hindi natin siya kasama, nag-iwan siya ng message. Okay, so thank you so much po. So as usual, for our audience today, please comment your name, your year, and your course, guys. And if you have questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. So don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too. So kung wala pa sila dito, tawagin nyo na. Nakakapanghinayang naman if ma-miss nila itong event na ito. This is once in a lifetime. So grab the opportunity. Okay? So here is our schedule for today. So we have the online applications using resume link by jobs180.com. We also have virtual interviews and dressing up by DXE and labor laws by Dole. Of course, personality development and career pathing by CAVS. So again, shout out to everyone who is here na for the CAVS audience. Again, please comment your name, your year, and your course. Okay? And as we go along, type in your questions so we can read it later. Sabi ko nga, wag kayong mahiya. This is your chance to ask, guys, before you face the real adulting thing or the world of work. Okay? So lahat ng tanong na yan, ma-answer natin if you have questions. Okay? So kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. So first, we have the managing director of jobs180.com, who has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. Again, the managing director of jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, take it away.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No? Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number one, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala tong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay? More than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely, wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan. Okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. E lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating pa sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'n karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan. Ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayong maglagay ng mga ganun kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes, a picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi maganda example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na, anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si eye expert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything. From top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay rin ng HR napapabilis because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo atensyon, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? That's yung ibig ko sabihin. Huwag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagpaprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, wag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HM Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long band or short band paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long band paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control of your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pang mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, 'di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. 'Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com or email us, email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay, again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo na nagsasabing be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. Maraming salamat po. Guys, the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions, ayan, so pwede na, type them in so we can read it. Lahat ng questions nyo, okay? So while waiting for questions, okay, meron ba? Ayan, wala pa, Sir Kim. So habang hinihintay ng questions, Sir Kim, para sa mga kararating lang, for those people who just came in, so ano po ang benefits ng pagkakaroon ng resume link?
Maraming benefits ito, Ma'am Joyce. Sa mga naka-miss out, you can watch the replay. Sa dami ng benefits, no? Pero ang gagawin ko ngayon is I'll be summarizing lang the key items, yung practical application ng mga benefits na yan. Una sa lahat is when you have a resume link, you'll be getting possible job matches, job notification from different companies na naghahanap ng kapareho ng profile ninyo. So anong implication nun? Ibig sabihin nun is instead na isa-isa nyo pa nilalapitan yung mga kumpanya, malaking posibilidad, kayo na yung nilalapitan ng mga kumpanya. Now, it's up to you if you want to decide to entertain them or not. Diba? So at least ang maganda dyan, pag sinet up mo na maayos, marami ka ng mga notification. Another practical application na nakita ko dito is that pag merong mga future events ang school ninyo, specifically para dito po sa CVSU Sikat, which is Rosario, no? Same naman sila, diba? CVSU Sikat sa Rosario na campus. Then you'll be getting yung invitation as well doon sa event na yon. Ano yung mga event na pwede mangyari sa school nyo? Kagaya po ng ganitong webinar events natin, yan po, isa yan sa mga possible events in the future. Hindi lang po ito isa lang, maybe in the next coming semesters or next coming months, meron pa tayo ulit for a different set or different batch na naman of speakers. Now, another event na pwede mangyari sa school is yung possible natin na mangyari yung virtual career fair. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, hindi talaga tayo lumalabas. Yung mga kumpanya hindi rin lumalabas para makisabak sa virus, di ba? So ang gagawin nila is agad maaari, they want to hire people pa rin, ongoing pa rin yung mga hiring, pero they're doing it on a virtual platform. So yung mga invitation na yan for the virtual events, you will also be getting it when you have a Jobs 180 resume link, yung invitation na yan. Now, at the end of the day, kayo pa rin magde-decide kung kayo ay interesado mag-join or hindi. So, nothing to lose. It's really more to gain. Now, pahabol lang doon sa sinabi ko is that huwag nyo nang antayin yung time na kayo ay gagraduate tsaka kayo gagawa ng resume link. Now, maybe some of you are already working, no? Or some of you are still in high school, senior high school, or maybe in freshman pa lang, first year pa lang kayo, you're thinking, matagal pa naman yan. Huwag nyo na antayin yung panahon na yun na kakailanganin mo ng isang resume link tsaka ka maggagawa. Kasi by the time kakailanganin mo, kailangan mo ng maraming brain powers. Ano yung brain powers? Kailangan mo mag-isip kung ano yung mga pinagagagawa mo previous years, no? Ano yung mga pwede mong ilagay sa resume link mo. So madami mong throwback niyan, dami mong flashback na kailangan gawin. So wag mo na pahirapan buhay nyo, 'di ba? Ngayon pa lang, whatever year level you are in, whether you're in senior high school, in college, or even if you have already graduated, kung kayo ay nag-work na ngayon, pwede pa rin kayo gumawa ng resume link nyo. And whatever info you have, you put it in, 'di ba? And later on, as you progress in your career, you build your profile, isa-isa mo ngayon nilalagay o dinadagdag. 'Di ba yung mga information yan? Para anytime na may kailangan, may humingi po or may opportunity na lalapit or darating sa inyo, meron ka ng paghuhugutan. Kung baga kunin mo lang resume link mo, bigay mo lang sa kanya, 'di ba? Instantly nandiyan na yung mga information mo. Okay? So yan,
Alright.
pinapaalala ko lang yung mga benefits na yan, no? Yan. Syempre,
Alright.
hindi ko na mention yung security feature, no? Yan nga yung pinaka na advantage nitong resume link. This is dubbed as the most secured resume platform. Kasi kayo ang may control ng privacy settings nyo. Okay? So yan, marami pa tayong
Yes,
mga
sir.
benefits. So yan yung mga sinamarize ko lang. Okay?
And of course, syempre ngayon in today's era, so digital era, we call it digital era, lalo na for Gen Z, Sir Kim, na very useful and very convenient. So pasok na pasok sa resume link sa um, generation na ito. Ayan. So,
Yes.
sir, before we end the session, Sir Kim, so time bound kasi tayo, medyo
Oo
marami
nga,
tayong speaker
marami tayong
today.
speakers. Yan ang
Ayan.
balita
So,
ko.
tips na lang, sir, for the graduating students.
Okay,
Ayan.
tips is number one, as you can see doon nagsuscroll sa screen ngayon, may nagsuscroll, di ba? Nababasa nyo, puntahan nyo po yung link na yan. Okay, that's schools, okay, with an S, schools.jobs180.com/CAVSU. So, CAVSU. Talagang ni-spell out namin ng CAVSU. CAVSU Rosario. Okay, puntahan mo yung link na yan, walang spaces in between. You will see there a lot of companies, mga industry partner po ng school ninyo, ng Cavite State University. Now, kung nabitin kayo, pwede kayo pumunta sa website ni jobs180.com, www.jobs180.com, at doon kayo tumingin ng mga kumpanya. Now, ang tip ko dito, practical na practical lang. Do not stop with one application. Okay? Kung sino gusto mo apply ng kumpanya, kahit marami po sila, kahit 5 yung kumpanya na nakita nyo gusto mo applyan, even if you have 10, 20 companies that you think you want to be a part of, then continue submitting your information. Okay? Lahat naman tayo ay nagkakamali at pumapalpak, di ba? Kahit papaano, no? At one point nangyayari talaga yan sa atin. So, if the first time that you have applied, it didn't work, go with the second one. The second one didn't work, go with the third one, and so on and so forth. Hanggat nabibilang nyo, hanggat may number nandyan, tuloy-tuloy lang ang pag-a-apply until you find your dream career, yung pinakagusto mong trabaho. Yan ang masasabi ko. Okay? Now, huwag mo na antayin pa isa-isa pa. Kung ako sa inyo, sabay-sabay nyo na mag-apply. Okay? Para mas masaya. Isang tinginan, anong mga kumpanya gusto mo applyan, Basta make sure lang you know about the company and you know about the position that you're applying for, then you can continuously apply to those companies. Okay? And then it will be a happy news later on pag lahat sila sabay-sabay rin tumawag sa'yo kasi pinaprocess ka nila for for your application. Okay? So just be polite na lang in last word ko lang is be polite na lang to turn them down in case you don't want to proceed na with those application. Okay? So, yun lang po.
Tama.
Good luck to everyone. Oh, may
Ay,
nag-question,
may
Sir
humabol tayong
Marlon.
question, sir. Ayan. So,
Hmm.
pwede po ba magamit ang jobs180.com kahit hindi na verified ang email address? Hirap po kasing i-verify yung account ko. Thank you.
Okay, Sir Marlon, ito ang balita ko sa iyo. Hindi to balita, ito yung totoo. You have to verify your account. If you don't verify your account, okay, ito yung mga mangyayari. Una, pag hindi ka nag-verify na account, hindi mo mapapatunayan na ikaw talaga yung nag-register. Okay, so that's number one. So that's a proof na ikaw nag-register, you have to verify. No matter how difficult, you're saying kasi hirap mag-verify, no matter how difficult, maybe you have to try using a different browser. Use Google Chrome. If did not work sa Firefox, baka naka cellphone kayo, 'di ba? You're using some other internet browser, try to use Google Chrome. Yan, baka makatulong po 'yan. Now, another mangyayari is kapag na-verify mo yung account, dun ka pa lang makaka-receive ng mga notification. So kapag hindi ka nag-verify na account mo, Sir Marlon, at sa mga nakikinig, no, pag hindi ka nag-verify na account nyo, you will not be getting mga job notification ng mga companies. Okay? So we want to make sure lang na kayo na talaga yung gumawa ng account para tayo makaproceed sa next step, which is companies now will start to invite you for the possible opportunities na. Okay? That
Mm-mm.
fits the profile. Okay?
Mm.
So I hope, Sir Marlon, keep trying. O, ganun din yan, no? Parang nag-a-apply ka rin lang, no? Before ka mag-apply, you keep trying muna hanggang matapos mo yung ma-verify yung account mo. Ganun lang siya. Now, if ever lang you still have problems, so you have challenges in verifying your account, please check out or go send a message to our email. Email ka sa info, that's info at jobs180.com. Our customer support team will be able to assist you. Okay, so yun pa. Thank you.
Or ano sir, no, he can use another email. Baka kasi yung email na ginamit niya ay hindi niya ma-open. So, wala siyang
Oh,
access.
possible, yes. Kapag
Bakit
ginamit mo yung
hindi
email, di mo
na-verify,
mabubuksan,
di
hindi
ba?
mo talaga
Oo.
mabe-verify.
Kasi
Oo.
once na pumasok ang link, Jobs 180 link, verify or confirmation, automatic naman kasi na-verify. So, either yung email address na gamit niya ay hindi ma-open. So, you might use another or new email, di ba?
Make sure lang yung email na yan, dedicated na email para sa mga possible job application nyo. Okay? Hindi yung pinagsama-sama mo lahat, pati may online order, pati mga pang-gimmick or lahat ng iba pang mga recreation nyo nandun sa isang email para mabilis nyo makip track. Gawa ka ng isang email na para talaga sa career opportunities, career application nyo. Okay?
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
ayan. Thank you, Sir Kim. So, before pala you proceed back to Sir Kim, Cavs po prepared a certificate. So, let me read po the citation. Okay, so Cavite State University, Cavite College of Arts and Trades Campus, Office of Student Affairs and Services. Certificate of Appreciation is given to Mr. Kim Chua for his invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker in the pre-employment webinar 2021 with the topic Online Applications Using Resume Link, held on December 15, 2021 via Facebook Live and StreamYard. Given this 15th day of December 2021 at Cavite State University, CCAT via StreamYard, signed by Mr. Noel T. Legaspi, Director OSAS, and Mr. Jose P. Lesama, ED Campus Administrator. So, a virtual clap naman po for Sir Kim. Ayan. So, thank you so much, Sir Kim.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
to know
you.
more about Resume Link, you may visit, guys, our website, www.jobs180.com. All right. Thank you, Sir Kim.
Salamat. Thank you. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. All right, so let's proceed with our next topic. So for today, okay, so new in the house is Caesar from the XE. So we have virtual interviews and dressing up. So graduate of Bachelor of Science in Psychology in Central Escolar University 2014 and currently taking Master of Science in Clinical Psychology in De La Salle University, Manila. He has almost 7 years of experience in human resource, talent acquisition, technical and executive recruiting, and been with DXC Technology for almost 4 years. The Human Resource APAC Talent Acquisition from DXC Technology, Mr. Chris M. Villanueva. Hi, Sir Chris. Good afternoon po. Viva
Hi
Psikolohiya,
everyone.
sir.
Good afternoon. Yes. Yeah, I'm a graduate of
Yeah,
psychology though. Yeah.
yeah, same, sir. Okay, so, sir, can we test for your share screen?
Yes, definitely. So kindly just
Thank
give me
you,
a
sir.
minute.
Okay,
All right, so do advise me once you can already see my screen.
sure po.
All right, there I can see it as well.
Yes, sir, it's up. So, sir, if you're ready, I'll see you po after 20 minutes for the Q&A, sir. Good luck, sir, Chris.
All right, so thank you for that choice. Now, everyone, I hope everyone is still with us, still listening to our virtual event right now. So I do have prepared some slides for us in terms of the how we will present ourselves once we go live back again to usual face-to-face interviews, or if we do as well virtual interviews. But nonetheless, what we're going to do here is at least to give you an overview of what's happening out there in the industry. All right, so let's move first with dress code usually, or what we should wear for our face-to-face interview. So let's start it off first with for men. So wear a formal or smart casual. So just to give you a glimpse or idea of what is a formal or smart casual wear, I do have here some samples. All right. So usually here, since we have adopted a Western culture in terms of formality, it's we have matching suit, right? So for the matching suit, it will be as what you've seen in the screen. So it's with a So it usually prefer dark color, black or navy blue. But if you don't have that color, that will be fine as long as you complement the colors or at least you are presentable. So after a dark color, you should have at least a light color long sleeves, just like what is presented again on the right corner of the screen. So since here in the Philippines, it's relatively hot or humid or mainit talaga, so sometimes we cannot really wear those coats on. So we can just adapt to a long sleeves during their interviews. Or you can just wear the coat once you're already on the actual interview itself. Next will be is tie. To make it formal, usually some have their tie knotted on their long sleeve. So for you guys, you can also do that, or if not, it can also be possible. Again, dress according to the industry you are applying for. So if you're applying for a sales company, usually they're gonna look overall your presentation or your look. So I would recommend to be total formal, so with ties. So usually it's also dark or depending on the inner shirt, just make sure that it complements your shirt or your long sleeve. So particularly now, I'm not wearing any ties. So it's relatively hot right now in the Philippines. So please excuse me on that. So usually right now in the virtual world, since the pandemic, we just have virtual interviews, right? So we just make sure to cover the scope of our camera. So if it's just going to be on this part, then let's make sure that this part until here is all formal or at least presentable. And if it's going to be for a full-time face-to-face interview, I would recommend the lower parts of at least wearing a sock or rather socks that is calf length and then brown or black shoes. So before going to the actual interview itself, I would recommend to polish it or at least make it clean. So we don't want it to be a distraction during our interviews or at least when they see or when the interviewer sees you. Keep it to a minimal, particularly the accessories. So a plain wristwatch, a necklace, or at least an eyeglasses, that will be fine. So we don't want it as well to be a distraction during your interview so that at least the interviewer will be able to focus more on what you're trying to convey rather than the physical aspects. Then some of you might have tattoos, piercings, or preference in terms of facial hair. So what I would recommend is play it safe with it. So if you think that it might be a factor in terms of which, so you can use long sleeves to hide it and so on and so forth. Piercings, maybe you can remove it for that interview alone and then just wear it afterwards. And for facial hair, as long as it's groomed or at least trimmed accordingly or cleanly, that will be okay. So good grooming, of course, this will be applicable more on the face-to-face or actual interview itself. So a styled hair or at least a properly groomed hair or comb, clean shave. So for those guys who prefer to have beards and mustache, clean shave that would be good. If possible, shave it all. And of course, since you will be interacting with them, you will be discussing few things, you'll be answering some questions. I would recommend to make sure that before you go through the interview, you have a fresh breath and fresh smell. So feel free to put on some cologne, but not too much. And trim nails because you will be shaking your hands with with the interviewers, and we want to set that good impression. So a good clean nails is a must. All right, so enough with the men. Let's start with the women. All right, so for women, so here for women, it's actually flexible because we do. I mean, for women, sorry, I forgot. So there is much flexibility because there are a lot of options that women can choose from in terms of presenting themselves in terms of formal wears, right? So in the photo, you can see here a blazer over a blouse. And you can also wear long sleeves for women and slacks. So here in DXE, we value diversity and inclusion. So we are open and we accept your preference. So for matching suit, again, it could be a blouse over, sorry, a blazer over blouse, and then a knee length skirt. Or you can also wear a conservative dress. And as much as possible, let's try to avoid transparent ones or see throughs, tight fitting, or low necklines. Then, if you're going to be wearing dark blazer outside, then please make sure to at least complement it with your inner blouse or your inner shirts or your tops. So it could be a light color to just for it to complement. Then you can also wear, again, just like what I've mentioned, a formal dress, a casual dress, or smart casual dress. To pair it with a flat shoes or low pumps. And if you are comfortable wearing heels, that will also be great. As long as you are comfortable to carry on those clothing. Another suggestion for this is to avoid bright colored and open toed shoes or pumps or heels. Just avoid a focal point on your feet. Then also minimal accessories. So let's not have overly overly worn accessories. Too much accessories will actually distract the interview if you have a lot going on your ears, on your neck, on your hands, and so on and so forth. So just like men, of course, we also have good groomings that is mandatory or at least needed. So again, styled hair. So as you can see in the photo, the left corner, she properly styled her hair. Then subtle makeup or natural looking makeup. Don't go over it on the makeup. Again, since you'll be talking again to an interviewer or to the hiring manager, let's have fresh breath and, of course, good smell. So let's avoid too strong perfumes. Then trim nails or polish nails. So usually with girls, they wear nail polish. So maybe a natural color looking, not too vibrant, just a subtle one as well. So that, of course, we don't have any distraction and the interviewers will be able to focus more on your answers during the interviews itself. Right. Now let's move on to the next one. So I just have some few tips on how to answer interview questions. First is make sure to gather information about the company you are applying for, particularly their vision, their mission, their values, their achievements, and so on and so forth, and also about the role, so that when the interviewer asks you about it, you have something to say about it, and you can also do some personal relation to it. So that will actually leverage or at least increase the percentage of you being selected for the position because you actually did your research prior the interview itself. Another is know your strengths and weaknesses. Again, you can leverage on these strengths and weakness for you to showcase who you are. So during this interview, it's pretty much you selling yourself to the company and how us, the interviewer, will be able to be confident in hiring you. So you can leverage on your strengths and your weaknesses. Third is be mindful and don't falsify information. So be honest at all times. So don't overrun or at least don't over qualify yourself for the position. So if you don't have experience on that particular area, just make sure to highlight that you're open for training, mentorship, or coaching to do better. So also for this one, it's kind of bit an oversetting of expectation, because once you are hired for that role and you did oversell yourself, then there is more expectation from you and you might have a hard time keeping that one out. So be honest and don't falsify information. Fourth is show some energy and enthusiasm, because we don't want a dull interview, right? So not like just a question and answer portion. So as much as we can, let's be enthusiastic all throughout the interview process and answer the questions with some energy. So in this way, the if interviewer or the assessor is already evaluating you of your personality and your behavioral I mean your behavioral display, if you're fit for the role or fit for the team as well. And then answer in complete sentence and if possible, elaborate more. So if there are areas that you feel like you've given a short answer, feel free to elaborate so that we'll be able to know more about you. So don't go around the bushes, be direct as much as you can and elaborate if needed. Consider this thought that this interview or this segment is the interviewer would like to know more about you, to know that if you are really fit for the role. And the only way for that is for you to share more of yourself. Six is, yeah, that go answer. So go straight to the point, just an emphasis on the number five, answer in complete sentence or thought. If you're asked about a situation or to cite a situation, please remember to elaborate and have it in a complete thought, in a sense that you will cite a particular scenario, followed by what was the problem, then how did you handle it, and what was the outcome. So from there, the interviewer will be able to know your thought process and how you handle situations. This is very important, particularly for those common questions that I'll be sharing later on. Then seventh is don't forget to smile from time to time, right? So it lightens up the mood for it to be less more serious and to be more of a conversation rather than a question and answer portion. Then lastly, be confident about yourself. So the interviewer can assess if you're nervous, and if don't let it get the best of you. So take the opportunity to sell yourself with confidence. Remember, if you do commit a mistake all throughout the interview, only you will, if you have that confidence, only you will notice that. The interviewer won't. So the confidence is the key. Now let's go to the most awaited part, I think, is how to answer common interview questions. So these are the questions I usually ask because I'm part of the talent acquisition team. So I do ask some fresh graduates as well in terms of these questions, and I do assess them based from their answer, or rather evaluate them. First is tell me something about yourself. So this question I use is for me to have a clear and concise outline of who you are and what you have achieved. So for this one, make this portion uh, as a selling point, or use this opportunity to sell yourself in terms of your achievement, your experiences, and your other information that could be leveraged. So start by summarizing your current position. If you are working, start with the current position, then fill in details of skills that you have gained from the previous roles you have been to. And then finally explain how this new job will represent your ideal next step. Now, for those fresh graduate, what I would recommend is to cite your experience based from your capstone or your thesis or other activities that you were able to participate to in your universities. And use this question as an opportunity to demonstrate how you are ideally suited to this role and how your confidence and enthusiasm from the start. So, most likely, in summary, limit those personal information that you think that will degrade you from being selected for the position, but rather focus on the positive ones so that you'll have more probability of being selected for the position. Second part is how do you deal with pressure? So just like what I've mentioned in the previous slide, this is a question that requires a scenario for us interviewers to have a picture of how you were able to handle that situation. So in this part, emphasize the positives of working under pressure. After all, reasonable amount can push you to achieve your goals. It so let's be honest. There will always be pressures and stress in our lives, particularly in work or personal life. So it's how we deal with those stress and pressures that makes a difference. And you responding to that could actually be a good selling point. And who knows, you might be selected because you were able to do well on that pressure or stress. So explain your strategies that you have used to motivate yourself and others during challenging times. So of course, everyone have experienced some stressful, pressure, difficult times and such. So you can just make use of those experiences. So as I've mentioned, you need to set a scenario, a specific scenario that best fit for this question that will really be able to leverage on your positive traits or character. And then talk about some techniques like I've mentioned earlier that for a situation, you need to cite a situation in the past, then state what was the problem. Second is what was your strategy or your technique to handle that. And lastly, what was the outcome? Though this is a one question, there is these four sub information that you need to, to provide for you to ace this question. Third is why should we hire you? So I think one of my colleagues experienced this actually before. So he was able to interview a candidate and he asked this question. Which and what was the response was really fun is why should we hire you? Because you have an opening and because you are hiring. So it was a directly a front question. It's witty, but definitely yes, it's a good one. But use this question to leverage more on the opportunity to sell your positive traits. If you're punctual, if you're detail oriented, you're goal driven, you are determined, you're passionate, and so on and so forth. Use this question to to at least upsell those positive traits of yours. And if you have researched, you can emphasize as well the experience that you gained that is relevant to the role. For example, let's just say you are applying. Like, for example, I'm a fresh graduate and I'm applying for a developer role in an IT company. So what I will be citing will be my experience during my capstone days, wherein I was able to develop a system or a platform, or rather a system that auto populates information about registration, new registrations, and so on and so forth. So you will be able to now to tell them that I was a self-starter, knowing nothing about the language. I was able to learn it, and so on and so forth. So that is a good way for you to really upsell yourself. So with usually the interview questions, you just have to remember to be able to use those experience as a catalyst for your upselling. Next will be is what is your greatest strength? So it is important to discuss in this part the attributes that qualify you for that specific job and will set you apart from the other candidates. So for example, let's just say you're applying for a recruiter position and you are a fresh graduate. You have no experience doing technical recruiting, but you were able to read through the job description that it requires someone who is detail oriented, can speak well, and also can probe or question, or probe further into questions in terms of gathering information. So for that, since you do have those capabilities, it is now something that you can leverage on. So you can respond to the question that my greatest strengths are the I am a detail oriented person that that I can use in terms of sourcing for profiles and so on and so forth. And then remember to show rather than to tell. So if you can recall a particular situation or scenario, then you can use that scenario to make sure that the interviewer or I have a clear picture of your greatest strength. So you can definitely tell a story. Then second is what is your greatest weakness? So though this is a negative, somehow they will gonna check your negative notion or your negative perspective. However, we recommend or I recommend that you still focus on the positive ones. So do your best to frame your answer around positive aspects of your skills and abilities as an employee, turning seeming weaknesses into strength. So for example, during my college days, I'm not really into punctuality. And as I go my transition to the adulting world or to the workforce, I got used to the idea of not being punctual as well. But then again, I needed to adjust myself for me to be able to cater to the demand as well to be able to work because I will definitely receive a memo if I kept on being late. So for that instance, I was able to positively frame myself that I did have the determination to change myself and to turn that weakness into a positive to meet my deadlines or my deliverables timely. So it's more of learning whether you've got the right credentials so that the hiring manager would like to hire you. And then lastly will pretty much be the most common, and don't be surprised because usually it's really the salary that majority of us are caught off guard. So the best way for you to answer this is to research about the salary range that is being offered for this position. So you can go to different platforms or job board platforms to see how much they offer for this position. And then you can do your computation per the interview so that you'll be able to justify your expectation. And after which, you state your firm ground about the negotiables and then the non negotiables. For example, let's just say you applied for a company in Quezon City, however, you are residing in Makati. Now, they have selected you for they're interviewing you for the position. Now, this is your time to leverage on the salary that you're quite expecting more, considering the proximity that you have to go through from Makati to to Quezon City. Or if they can offer some relocation, or if they can just bump up the offer for the relocation and so on and so forth. So pretty much to sum up, you just need to do your research firsthand and then be confident and positively sell yourself. Because all through and through, you will need that for you to be able to ace that interview. All right, so I think that's pretty much the end of my presentation. So I think we are now opening the floor for question and answer, right?
Yes, Sir Chris, thank you so much po. So that was very clear. So the floor is now open for questions, guys. So if you have questions for Sir Chris, and of course regarding the topic virtual interviews na kung saan napapanahon ngayon, 'di ba? And of course ayan. Sir Chris, may mga fan ka yata na nanonood today. So, may mga nag-cheer sa'yo sa comment section. Ayan. So, okay guys, so if you have questions, you may now ask Sir Chris, or you may type in your questions sa comment box. You may use that chat box. Okay, so while waiting for questions for your Chris, I've prepared some questions. So, ito, well, madalas namin tinatanong, but since first time mo sa Jobs 180 mag-guest, ayan. So, since sabi ko nga virtual interviews na ngayon ang trend, and would like to know also your thoughts and opinions about the pros and cons of doing virtual interviews.
All right, so for virtual interviews, I think it's pretty much similar with a face-to-face interview because we will still be seen via video, right? So majority of what's happening in our current company right now is still we still expect the candidates to provide to show themselves so that we'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to properly evaluate them, because the consequence of doing virtual interviews that we will not be able to openly observe your your body language or your gesture, which is also important in terms of coherently measuring your thought process or what you are saying. And then the positive of this type is that it will be more convenient for everyone, considering that we have the pandemic right now, so less possibility of transmissibility. And then second will be it's that you don't need to go to the office anymore. Less for fares, less for others, and you can only dress the top one. You can only dress the top parts. No need to dress the downwards, right? So it's just the upper part that needs to be seen. So I think everything has its pros and cons actually.
Same. You can work on your PJs. 'Di ba maghapon?
Yeah,
Kahit
definitely.
naka-PJ ka lang yan. So, ang con lang naman nun ay, syempre 'di ba hindi siya parang nakaka-boost siya ng, hindi siya nakaka-boost ng productivity kasi, you're wearing PJs, tapos ang office mo ay baka nasa loob pa ng bedroom, 'di ba? So, ayan. And of course, sir, since, nasabi mo nga kanina na yung, face-to-face interview helps with, more accurate screening. So, is it true that yun nga, face-to-face virtual interview helps with more accurate screening?
With regards to that one, actually depends for the particular positions.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of technical positions, we really prefer a face-to-face one so that we'll be able to know more of how that person answered the question. Considering that, just to highlight again your first question, for technical roles, the pros and cons is the candidate can usually of course, let's give them the positive or at least the benefit of the doubt. Some can still be able to search via Google or what for the answers, right? When in face to face, they are caught on that spot, so they need to provide us the answer in that particular area. I mean that particular time.
Mm-mm.
So for that instance, it really depends on the position. So if we have IT folks here, IT graduates or the graduating, I would recommend that before going to the interview, you guys already review the fundamentals and also get ahead of the job description and the duties and responsibility, so that you can highlight those information during your interview and leverage on it for you to be selected for that position.
All right. All right. So, also, sir, do you suggest or is there a best time to schedule or attend interviews? Like there are people who prefer morning interviews kasi there are people who are morning person, di ba? So, yung ganyan. So, mas productive sila when it's earlier pa. So, ayan. So, is there a best time to attend, sabi ko, or schedule an interview?
I understand. So for that question, I think it's more of the candidate's flexibility because we are trying to sell ourselves. So what we do is we try our best to be flexible in terms of the availability of the interviewers. If the interviewers are open for negotiation in terms of the schedule, then feel free to voice out your concern. If let's just say you will have a hard time commuting, let's just say you have prior meetings, then feel make sure to provide or at least propose an alternative schedule. And if you're free, then go ahead, go with the interview. So that is also I mean, that's also the positive effect of the virtual interviews, considering that you just have to go through face to face with a laptop and no need to commute and so on and so forth. But just to highlight as well, be flexible because you are trying to owe the favor to the hiring manager. So you want to win their feedback or their regards for you to be able to be selected for the position. So as much as you can, be flexible in terms of which. And also, usually, if you will be interviewed in the morning, most likely your shift will be in the morning because the shift of the hiring manager is in
Mm.
the morning. However, if you will be interviewed in the afternoon or in the evening, most likely your manager's schedule is also on those timing. So it's pretty much a hint already.
Gets. Thank you, Sir Keith. So, ngayon ko lang nalaman na pag morning pala, no? So, usually yung mga morning shows. Alright, so gets ko yan. Okay, so, thank you, sir. So, I think that would be all. And before you leave, sir, do you have tips po or advice for the graduating students?
For me, because I was also a fresh graduate before, so just take this opportunity as a learning point and have a positive mindset. So take these opportunities to scale yourself and take those greater heights to further develop your skills. So we can be a self-starter. We don't as much as we can. We have the resources already nowadays. So it's now accessible via internet or data. So you have the tools, you have the resources to be the best person that you can be.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Kiss. And of course, to award the certificate, so from CAVSU CCAT. So certificate of appreciation is given to Mr. Keys and Villanueva for his invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker in the pre-employment webinar 2021 with the topic virtual interviews and dressing up, held on December 15, 2021 via Facebook Live and StreamYard. Given this 15th day of December 2021 at Cavite State University, CCAT via StreamYard, signed by Sir Noel T. Legaspi and Jose P. Lesama, the campus administrator. So, virtual clap naman po for Sir Keith Villanueva. Ayan. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. We wish to have you on our next set of webinars po.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day and good luck to your future endeavors.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
sir.
Keep
Yes, thank you,
safe.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Keep safe. And of course, to know more about or if you're interested to apply at the TXC, guys, you may visit jobs180.com slash TXC Careers. Tama ba ako? Or Careers DXC. Ayan. So, pero nag-run siya sa screen niya. Ayan. So, DXC. Careers at DXC. Ayan. So, jobs180.com slash careers at DXC. Okay. So, let's proceed with our next speaker, next topic for today. So, we have labor laws from DOLE. So we have Miss Ruth Arevalo, the Senior Labor and Employment Officer from DOLE Cavite. Hi, Miss Ruth. Good afternoon po.
Hi ma'am, hi everyone. Great afternoon po sa ating lahat. In behalf of our Provincial Director, Engineer Joseph P. Gacosta, binabati na po namin kayo ng isang maligayang pagtatapos at isang magandang hapon. So after graduation, dear students, welcome to the world of work. So to equip you with the labor laws and other benefits, so we will be discussing pre-employment seminar or the labor education for graduating students.
Okay, ma'am. So you have 20 minutes, ma'am. I leave it to it po. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
CAPSU main campus graduates, to my fellow speakers, to all faculty, in behalf of our officer in charge, Engineer Joseph P. Gacosta, isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. We will be discussing general labor standards in preparation for your upcoming graduation. Binabati na po namin kayo in advance na isang maligayang pagtatapos. Your graduation is drawing near. That's why you need to be equipped with all the knowledge when it comes to the world of work. So in our 1 hour and 40 minutes or 40 minutes to 1 hour discussion, this is the outline. We will be discussing hours of work, minimum wage, unauthorized deductions, holiday, premium pay, up to retirement pay. Hindi pa man po kayo nagsisimula sa pagtatrabaho, we will be discussing retirement pay. Ano po? So, I have a disclaimer po when it comes to this lecture. The views and opinion of the speaker do not reflect the views and opinion of our boss, especially our department. Again, for discussion purposes lamang po ito. Ano po? So, we will start with our references. Kung ang mga Kristiyano po ay mayroong Biblia na pinagbabasihan na kanilang araw-araw or ng ating araw-araw na pamumuhay, we at the Department of Labor, we have this PD 442 or Republic Act 6715, which is the Labor Code of the Philippines. Ano po? So all the legal rights and employers and employees' rights are found in this essential book. So what is general labor standards? General labor standards, these are the minimum terms, conditions, and benefits of employment that employers must provide or comply with and to which employees are entitled as a matter of legal right. So si employer po ang magpo-provide ng mga conditions na to, ng mga benefits na to all workers. First and foremost, kapag po tayo ay nagtrabaho, we are entitled to wages. Wages, salaries, or emoluments, pare-pareho lang po ito ng meaning. These are the compensation paid to a worker for the work or services rendered. Kapag kayo po ay nagpagal, pag kayo po ay nagtrabaho, meron po kayo sweldo at the end of the day or sweldo at the end of the cut-off or at the end of the month. It is the basis for computing the salary-related benefits of worker. So no wages shall be less than the minimum wage set by the existing wage law or the original tripartite Wage and Productivity Board or the NWPC, ano po, or RTWP. So when it comes to payment of wages, it should be in cash or legal tender. It should be paid or at near the place of work, paid directly to the employee. Ano po? So kapag po kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa Jollibee or sa KFC or sa McDonald's, hindi naman po pwedeng doon kayo nagtatrabaho, burger po ang isasahod sa inyo. Ano po? O kaya po ay kapag sa milk teahan kayo nagtatrabaho, milk tea ang isasahod sa inyo. It should be in the form of a legal tender. Kasi po, yun kung sweldo or yung burger, hindi mo naman pwedeng ibayad sa jeep. Ano po? It should be a legal tender. Kaya po nauso rin yung ATM, it should be paid near the place of work. Question po, ano po? So, meron din po tayong interaction. Pwede po kayo mag-chat for your queries. It should be paid directly to the employee. Question number 1 po. Kung ang asawa ni Pedro ay pupunta sa HR, i-claim yung kanyang sahod, ibibigay po ba ng HR? Siyempre po, generally, bawal pong ibigay ang sahod natin sa ibang tao. But there are exemptions. Ano po? Meron po mga exempting circumstances. Unless otherwise po na 50-50 sa hospital or may authorization, doon lamang po pwedeng ibigay ng isang HR or payroll officer ang sweldo natin sa ibang tao. So yung mga lalaki po, pwede silang magligaya na, magdiwa, kasi yung sahod nila, kanila lang po, unless otherwise ibigay yung ATM sa kanilang mga misis. Okay po. Next po is the payment of wages again. It should be paid not less than once every 2 weeks or twice within a month. Maybe weekly, maybe more often, or even daily, but never once a month. So, pwede daw po ang inyong mga sahod ay ibigay arawan, pwede pong lingguhan, pwede pong every cut-off, but never once a month. Question number 2. Gaano po katagal yung allowed na pondo? Kasi nga po, yung iba, pumasok ng trabaho June 1. Pagdating po ng June 15, wala pa rin sasahurin, June 30 pa makakasahod. Allowed lang po yung 15 days na pondo sa mga guardia, sa mga security guards because they have this firearms ban, cash ban, so they are allowed. Pero on all other trabaho po, hindi na po pwede yung 2 linggong pondo. Maximum days po ng pondo ay 5 days. So, 5 araw lang po inaalaw yun. Next po is the minimum wage in the province of Cavite. Based on sa Wage Order number 18, series of 2018. So, for example po, si Indang, dahil tayo ay nasa Indang, noong April 28, 2018, ang minimum wage po is 303. But with the simplification increase noong December 2019, naging 373 na po ang minimum wage sa Indang. Again, minimum wage po sa Indang is 373, effective December 2019. 400 po ang Bacoor and Imus. The rest po is 373. Pinakamababa po yung General Aguinaldo, Mendez, and Magallanes. As of today po, wala pa pong nakaambang pagtaas para sa ating mga sahod. Okay po? Article 113115 discusses all about non-interference in the disposal of wages and allowable discussion. Deduction. So, Labor Advisory 11 Series of 2014. Ano po ba nilalaman ng Labor Advisory 11 Series of 2014? These are the unauthorized deduction. Bawal po pagtasan ng isang empleyado when it comes to uniforms, cash deposit for loss or damages, PPEs, capital share. Pwede po yung capital share kung co-op or may dividendo. So, dapat po libre pala ang uniform. 2 sets po para wash and wear. Kung isa lang po, ina-advise po namin or we are encouraging companies to issue 2 sets of uniform para po merong wash at saka wear. Hindi po wear and wear. Hairnet po, safety shoes, and other gloves po, face mask, face shield. Nowadays po, pinaprovide na po ito ni company free of charge, but yung succeeding po, halimbawa, tinatamad ka maglaba, 2 lang yung na-issue sa'yo. Gusto mo ay 5. Yung 3 po, may bayad na. Ano po, huwag masyado abusado. Ano po, sa face mask po at sa face shield, ganun din po. When it comes to trailing fees and such other deductions, dapat po ay libre. But kung merong iba pong provision sa inyong company rules and regulation or sa CBA, yun po ang mananatili. Next po is the normal hours of work. Ilang oras daw po ba ang normal working hours? So, alam niyo naman po yan. Alam natin lahat na yung normal working hours ay 8 hours. So, example po is 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 7 to 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5. So, those are 8 hours of work. Yun po yung mga shift na merong 8 hours. Some meal periods po. Article 85 of the Labor Code. Kapag po ang lunch break po ang pinag-uusapan natin, hindi po yung coffee break, hindi po yung snack break during 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Ito po yung lunch break. If yung lunch break po natin is not less than 60 minutes or 1 hour, pag 59 minutes pababa, yun po ay compensable. While kapag ang ating lunch break ay 1 hour, yun po ay hindi bayad ng company. Example, ang shift mo po ay 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Ang iyo pong lunch break ay 11 to 11:30. Yung 30 minutes po bang lunch break ay compensable or hindi? Compensable po. Kasi below 1 hour siya. Pero kung pumasok ka na 7 to 4, ang break time mo ay 12 to 1. Ilang oras po ang babayaran? 8 hours po ang babayaran sa inyo ng company, while yung lunch break mo from 12 to 1, hindi po siya compensable. So what we are talking about here is lunch break again. Lunch break po, regardless kung 2 beses ka nag-coffee break or snack break. Okay po? After the lunch break or the meal periods, next po is yung ating holiday pay. This refers to the payment of the regular daily wage for any unworked regular holiday. So we all know that ilang holidays po meron sa Pilipinas every year. So nababago din po ito, pero regular holidays po, meron tayo 9 regular holidays. Alam niyo naman po na kapag pumasok ka during regular holiday, magkano po ang binabayad? Double pay. Kapag hindi mo pinasukan, ano po ang mangyayari kapag hindi mo pinasukan ang iyong regular holiday pay? Kapag hindi ka pumasok on the day itself, the regular holiday, but pumasok ka the day before, kita nyo naman po sa ating presentation, X sa day before, but pumasok ka sa regular holiday, that merits 200% of your basic pay. But, pumasok ka the day before, hindi ka pumasok on the regular holiday itself, may bayad po ba o wala? Yes po, may bayad pa rin. You are entitled to your 100% basic pay. So, nawala na po yung after. Nung araw po, before and after. Kung kayo po ay naka-leave with pay, naka-rest day prior doon po sa day ng holiday, kayo po ay entitled sa 100% of your basic pay. So, make it sure po kung kayo po ay absent sa regular holiday itself, pumasok kayo the day before the holiday, so you are entitled, you are still entitled with the 100%. So, these are the Philippine regular holidays po this 2020. We all know January 1, New Year's Day, April 9, Araw ng Kagitingan, April 10, Good Friday, April 9, dalawa po yun, ano po, Monday, Thursday, and Araw ng Kagitingan, May 1, June 12, August 31, last week po is November 30, which is the Bonifacio Day, December 25, these are the upcoming regular holidays, may dalawa pa po, ano po, so that is Christmas Day and Rizal Day. So, yun po yung ating mga holiday pay. Again, kapag pumasok ka, that merits 200% of your basic pay. Kapag hindi mo pinasukan, but nasunod mo yung mga conditions provided, that merits 100% of your basic pay. Okay, sample computation po is that kung ang minimum wage po sa Indang is 373, to just multiply it by 2, you will yield 746 pesos. So, kung pumasok ka no November 30, you will earn 746 pesos. So, after holiday pay, here comes premium pay. So, kung merong holiday, regular holiday, we have this special holiday. Unlike po sa regular holiday, kahit hindi ka pumasok, you are still entitled with your basic pay. Dito po, kay special day, we have no work, no pay. So, kung hindi ka pumasok, you are not entitled to your 30% unless there is a provision sa CBA or voluntary practice na nag-grant ng 30% kahit hindi ka pumasok. Day off mo, Sunday, pinapasok ka ng management or ng company, you will yield additional 30% of your basic pay. Sample computation po, if you're living in Inda or in Tagaytay or in Silang, 373 is the basic pay. You multiply it by 30%, you will yield 111.90. So that's additional 111 pesos for reporting to work on a special day, special holiday, or rest day. Overtime pay. So it refers to the additional compensation for work performed beyond 8 hours a day. So, napag-usapan natin kanina, normal working hours is 8 hours. So, pag nag-exceed ka na sa 8 hours and authorize ito, that is what we call overtime po, or overtime pay. Ano po? Make it sure na yung ating overtime ay authorized. Hindi po yung kaya ka nag-exceed ng oras is dahil loitering ka, nagpolvo ka pa, and some of the requirements to have overtime pay is may authorization from your immediate supervisor. So here is the computation. Overtime during ordinary day yields or merits 25% of your hourly rate. Sample po is again 373. You will divide it by 8. You will get 46 pesos and 62 cents. Multiply it by 1.25 and you will get 58 pesos per oras ang iyong OT. For example, nag-overtime ka naman during your special holiday or regular holiday or your rest day, that's 30% of the hourly rate. Sample po again is 373. You multiply it by 1.3 and that's 60 pesos and 60 cents per hour. So, wag po tayo magtataka yung mga security guard po na ang duty is 12 hours. Mas malaki po yung kanilang daily rate compared po dun sa mga nag-o-office na walang overtime. Next po, after overtime pay, here comes night shift differential pay. So, ano daw po yung night shift differential pay? It refers to the additional compensation of 10% of an employee's regular wage for each hour for work performed between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, kapag nag-duty ka, simula alas 10 ng gabi hanggang alas 6 ng umaga, the following day, you will yield 10% of your hourly rate. So, that's 373 divided by 8 times 10%, you will get 4 pesos and 66 cents per hour multiplied by the number of hours na nag-duty ka. So, kung 8 hours ka nag-duty, you will get almost 35 pesos. Service incentive leave. So, based on our labor code, every employee who has rendered at least, kailangan po ay naka-isang taon ka na sa serbisyo, you are entitled to service incentive leave of 5 days with pay. Then yung SIS commutable to its money equivalent at the end of the year. So, mandated pa lang po ng batas ngayon is 5 days, but meron na pong clamor na nasa kongreso na to make it 10 days per year. 5 days SL or sick leave, 5 days vacation leave. For discussion purposes po, kami po sa government, dito po especially sa DOLE, we have, para po mainggit kayo, ano? We have 15 vacation leave, 15 days sick leave, 3 days special leave, 3 days compassionate leave, meron din po kami 5 days for leave, and meron po kami compensatory leave o compensatory time off. That's the time kapag kayo po ay nag-overtime. Kasi po walang bayad ng overtime namin, but kinocompensate po yon ng mga days ng pasok. So again, ulitin ko po, 15 days SL, 15 days BL, 5 days forced leave, 3 days special leave, 3 days compassionate leave. All in all, ilan po ang leave namin in a year? 41 po ang total. So kung ako po, ang basic ko is 1,000 a day. So that's equivalent to 41,000. That is commutable or can be monetized half of it at the end of the year. So pwede kung doon ko siya i-monetize at saka po ako mag-bakasyon. Kanina po, sabi ko, para mainggit kayo. Ngayon po, para mainggit tayo, there is this company in Imos and Gentry. They have 30 days vacation leave, 30 days sick leave, 5 days, 5 days emergency leave, 5 days bereavement leave, 5 days compassionate leave, and another 5 days for a special leave, calamity leave. All in all, ilan po ang leave ng company to? 80 po, 80 days in a year. Nung nagdi-discuss po ako sa isang school last year, may tumaas pa yung kamay. Sabi nila, ma'am, yung tatay ko po may travel allowance, may cellphone allowance, at may pabigas pa. Gusto pong malaman kung ano yung company? Itago na lang po natin sa pangalan, San Miguel Corporation. Ano po? So ano po ang gagawin? Apply na tayo sa San Miguel. Lipat na tayong lahat sa San Miguel. Again, that is for discussion purposes lang po. Okay po, move on tayo sa ating service incentive leave. Again, ang mandated pa lang po ng batas as of today is 5 days po and can be commutable to cash at the end of the year. Next type of leave po. Benefits na po ang pinag-uusapan natin, mga kapatid. Here comes the maternity leave. So before po ang maternity leave natin ay 16 days, with the enactment of this new maternity or expanded maternity leave, be it cesarean or normal delivery, hanggang 105 days na po ang ating maternity leave. And unlike paternity leave, ito po ay hindi strict. It can be given or it can be availed by the unmarried woman, kahit po hindi kasal. And ang magandang balita po dito, unlimited na po ang pag-a-avail ng maternity leave, provided meron ka lang 3 months na hulog kay SSS. Opo, again, unlimited na po yung pag-a-avail natin na maternity leave. Next po, here comes paternity leave. Sabi ko nga kanina, unlike maternity, paternity po, medyo strict ang requirements. Kailangan po, naka-bold, naka-underline, kailangan po ay married. Ano po? This is to allow the husband to lend support to his wife during her period of recovery and or in nursing her newborn child. Kung unlimited po si maternity, si paternity po ay hanggang 4 na anak lang. And it should be availed by the local wife with whom he is cohabiting. Hindi lang po kasal, kailangan po nagsasama. Baka po during kasi ng process nung ginagawa, nagsasama sila, pero nung mga anak na yung asawa, hiwalay na, hindi na po siya makaka-avail na paternity leave. And these are the conditions po. 7 days po ito, it could be staggered, pwede rin pong tuloy-tuloy at babayaran po ito ni SSS. So conditions for entitlement, he is an employee, kailangan nagsasama, nag-apply siya sa paternity leave, nagkaroon ng delivery or kahit po miscarriage. So kahit miscarriage po, pwedeng mag-avail si husband na paternity leave. So after paternity leave, here comes the solo parent leave. So, ito po mga dinidiscuss kong additional leave benefits is on top pa po ito ng ating SLBL. On top pa po ito, meaning add-ons po ito, hindi pa po kasama doon sa 5 days. So, next type of leave po is the parental leave for solo parents, RA 8972. So, sino-sino daw po ba yung mga solo parents? Ano po? Again, for discussion purposes po ito, wala pong discrimination na intended ang ating speaker. Number 1 po, these are the victims of rape. Out of the crime po, nagkaroon ng anak. Ano po? Kaya po solo parent. Baka po magtanong kayo, solo parent, ba't nagka-anak? Number 2 po, ito po yung sumakabilang buhay muna po. Buhay yung asawa for not more than 1 year. Kailangan po nakababalok sana. Number 3 po, ito po yung kung meron sumakabilang buhay, sumakabilang bahay na yung asawa for more than 1 year. And kailangan nakababalok sana din yung asawa mo iniwan ka. Number 4 po, ito po yung mga breadwinner ng pamilya, provided po may 18 years old pababa na kapatid. And number 5 po, ito po yung mga nag-ampon. Provided po, meron ding ampon na 18 years old pababa. Ano po? So kung kayo po pasok dito sa mga kategoryang ito, maaari po kayong kumuha ng ID sa ating DSWD or initial po is sa barangay. Ano po? Kahit kukuha lang po tayo ng ID sa barangay, renewable every year, and ang pinakamahalagang part po, merong monitoring. So meron pong magre-report na si letter A, may kinakasama na, may inuuwi na. Ano pong mangyayari sa ID? Marelevok po yung ating ID. So maaaring meron po kayong katanungan, sino po ang magre-report? Sino po ang magmamonitor? Siguro naman po, lahat tayo merong mga concern at curious na kapitbahay. Si ating concern at curious na kapitbahay, sila po ang magre-report sa barangay na meron ka ng inuuwi o may kinakasama. Kaya ang moral lesson po, maging mabait sa kapitbahay. Next po. So that is the solo parental leave. Again, 7 days po ito in a year. So every year po, nare-renew yung card. Nare-renew din po yung 7 days. And non-commutable sa cash. Kapag hindi po nagamit, forfeited. And then reason lang po ng paggamit ay para lahat sa bata. Birthday ng bata, PTA meeting ng bata, graduation ng bata, igagala ang bata, para lahat po sa bata. Okay, move on po tayo with the 13-month pay. Nangangamoy 13-month pay na po, magpapasko na. So, 13-month pay is given not later than December 24 of every year. Actual computation po natin is actual days na ipinasko or work times basic pay divided by 12. It is the basic salary earned by an employee in a calendar year. Basic salary, meaning hindi po kasamang OT pay, hindi kasamang holiday pay. Ang night shift differential pay, hubad na hubad po yung 13-month pay. Basic lang po. Ano po? Huwag kayong magtataka kung malaki naman yung monthly nyo kasi panay ang OT nyo. Pero po, yung inyo pong 13-month pay ay maliit. Again, basic pay lang po ang ating 13-month pay. kailangan po bago mag-December 24 ng bawat taon may ibigay na po ito sa inyo. With the occurrence of pandemic or COVID-19 crisis, wala pong deferment na in-issue ang Labor Department. Ano po? Kailangan pa rin pong magbigay ang ating mga mamumuhunan sa ating mga manggagawa. Tuloy pa rin po after 13 months. Ano po? Again, wala pong deferment. Next po is the retirement pay. Again, hindi pa man kayo nagsisimula, pero i-discuss ko na rin to kasi baka may magulang kayo naging intent na mag-retire na, may kapitbahay kayo nagtatanong, ano ba yung computation na retirement pay. As of today po, ang retiring age natin or retirement age pa rin natin ay 60 years old. That's optional. Or 65, yun na po yung mandatory na retirement age dati dito po existing sa ating bansa. So kapag po PNP, Marines, meron naman po silang retirement age na isinet which is 56. So para po yun sa kanila. Sa atin po sa government and sa private, this is the retirement age. Provided, meron na po silang 5 years na isinerbisyo sa isang kumpanya or sa paggawa. Okay po. Computation po for the retirement pay, that is 22.5 times daily rate times number of years in service. So ano po ang inclusion sa 22.5? 15 days is yun po kalahating buwan yung sahod with the latest salary rate. 5 days po doon yung ating service incentive leave. And 2.5 po is the prorated 13-month pay, making it 22.5 days times daily rate. So kung malaki po yung sahod no, matagal na kayo sa kumpanya, malamang malaki po yung retirement pay. Iba pa po to sa retirement pay na makukuha natin sa SSS and sa pag-ibig. Next po, these are the mandatory benefits. Mandatory meaning, kailangan pong ibigay, non-negotiable po. Hindi porket sumulat ang worker na ayoko magpakaltas ng SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig, hindi na nga po natin kakaltasan. Again, mandatory po yung SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig. Most of you po baka hindi familiar kay EC. Ito po yung sangay din ng dole na nasa loob ng SSS, wherein yung employer po natin ay nagbabayad ng 10 or 20 pesos a month para po in case na magkaroon ng aksidente or may mangyari sa atin, may additional benefits tayong makukuha aside from SSS. Ito po yung when tayo ay nagtatrabaho, papasok sa trabaho o pauwi sa trabaho. Again, these are the mandatory benefits. Okay po. Other related labor laws, connected po ito sa labor. Ito po yung mga intact na sa ating mga companies in place na po. Drug-free workplace. So, meron tayong tinatawag po screen test. Kapag po nag-positive po kayo sa screening test, hindi po porket nag-positive kayo doon ay addict na po. Ano po? Meron po tayong confirmatory test. So, kapag nag-positive pa rin ang isang worker sa confirmatory, addict na. Ano po? Subject for rehabilitation at the expense of sa worker po yun naka-charge. Ano po? Ngayon po, after 6 months, magaling na. Na-certify na din po ni physician na magaling na siya, pwede na po siyang makabalik sa trabaho. In the event po na hindi po siya makabalik, o po, dahil for some reasons hindi siya nagpa-rehabilitate, siya po ay pwede nang tanggalin sa trabaho. Policies naman po ni DOLE with regards sa TB, HIV, hepatitis B, control in the workplace, is non-discrimination. Ano po? So, confidentiality din po ng results ng mga test na to and non-discrimination. Ilalagay din po natin sila sa mga lugar which is accommodating and bagay po or hindi matitrigger yung kanilang mga diseases or yung sakit. Anti-sexual harassment. Company po ito, ano po, in sa workplace or sa kay Dolly po. Next po is the 10 days leave for victims of abusive. Special leave for women, additional labor laws, and solo parent leave. Ito po yung na-discuss ko kanina. So, special leave for women po, ito po yung Magna Carta benefits. When ang isang female worker po ay na-operahan sa breast or sa private organ, they are entitled for 60 days additional leave. Separate pa po ito sa leave na nakukuha natin kay SSS. So, sino po yung magbabayad ng ating Magna Carta leave? Ang magbabayad po noon ay si company. 10 days leave naman po para sa victim ng BAUSI or violence against women and their children, that is RA 9262. So, daanan ko lang po ng mabilis. We have 3 types po ng violence. Ang rampant po at very aware tayo is the physical violence. Ito po yung kapag binubugbog ka ng iyong partner, asawa, dating kinakasama, be it lalaki, babae, or LGBTQ++, you are entitled for 10 days leave provided meron ka pong blatter sa barangay or meron kang i-final na case sa prosecutor. Paid leave po ito courtesy ng company. Second type of violence po is the emotional violence. Kapag po kayo ay minumura, kapag po kayo tinetext, kapag kayo ini-stalk ng inyong mga partner, dating asawa, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, paglabas nyo ng gate ng kabso, nandoon sa kanto, ano po, hindi makamove on sa inyong mga beauty, yun po yun. Or, pinakamahalagang type po ng violence is the economic violence. Ito po yung mga hindi nagsusustento sa ating mga asawa, sa inyong mga naging asawa. Ano po? So, moral lesson po dito, kapag hindi kaya, huwag pong magdagdag. Ano po? Pag hindi na kayang sumuporta o sumustento, huwag magdagdag. Ang mga Muslim po, allowed sila to marry until 4 spouses or wives kasi po, tinatanong muna yung first wife or second wife kung kaya pa po. O, humihingi po sila na approval doon sa kanilang mga naunang asawa at kung meron ka pang funds to support such. So, these are the additional related labor laws na may encounter nyo po when it comes to the world of work. Yeah, so, na-amaze ba kayo? Natatakot na kayo sa world of work? Para medyo malighten naman po ang ating mood, hindi puro batas. These are the in-demand jobs for fresh graduates last 2019. So, ito po yung mga top 10 industries with most number of jobs for fresh graduates. So, again, kung wala po dito yung course no, huwag kayong mag-alala. Kasi minsan, nagkakaroon tayo ng job mismatch, graduate ka ng edu, graduate ka ng nursing, nasa BPO naman. So that is number 1, BPO. Number 2, industry is retail. Ito na po yung Alphamart, Pure Gold, kahit saan ka pumuntang kanto, meron. We have number 3, real estate. Number 4, manufacturing. Ito po ang mga manufacturing sa atin, MCIE, EPSA, Daiichi, we have Carmona, we have Gateway at iba-iba pa po companies or ecozones. Number 5 po, F&B, patok na patok. Number 6, banking. 7, 8, telco. Number 9, trading. And number 10, IT software. Again, kung wala dyan yung course mo, huwag kang malungkot. Ano po? Baka na andito sa susunod na slide, which is the top 10 highest paying jobs in the Philippines. Number 1, wag nang magtaka. Bakit number 1 ang doktor? Number 2, judges. 3, lawyers. 4, bank managers. 5, CEOs. 6, CFOs. Number 7, dentist or orthodontist. Number 8, college professors. Pasok na pasok yung ating mga faculties pala. Number 9 is pilots. And number 10, marketing directors. So, ano po, these are the top 10 highest paying jobs. So, a while ago, nakita ko naman open yung ibang camera sa inyo. Medyo hindi naman po photographic yung memory ko, but before, nung nagpa-face to face po kami dyan sa Kabsumin, umiikot po talaga ako sa venue to make sure nakita ko po lahat ng estudyanteng umattend. The rationale behind is that, kaya ko rin po tinitingnan yung camera kanina or yung ating screen, is that ito po ang iiwanan kong challenge sa inyo. In the next 5 years or 10 years, ako po kasi ay isang inspector, kami po yung lumilibot sa lahat ng kumpanya. Ang hamon ko po sa inyo, sana po kayo yung HR manager na haharap sa akin, safety officer, nurse, admin manager, owner ng company, or kaya po kayo po yung financial officer or accounting. Pwede din naman pong complainant. But mas gusto ko po kayo yung mga nasa una or nauna ko nang sinabi. Ano po? And with that, marami pong salamat at isa pong magandang hapon.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Ruth. Can we have Miss Ruth? And hi, Miss Ruth. Good afternoon po.
Hi, ma'am.
Ayan. So, hi guys. If you have questions for Kabsu, if you have questions, the floor is now open for questions. You may now ask Miss Ruth. Okay. So, ayan, ma'am. So, natawa ako kanina. Akala ko, ma'am, in the future, parang sila na yung magpa-file ng parental leave.
Yeah.
Ayan. Okay, ng marital
Maternity
ayan,
leave na.
benefit
In
o
advance ko na,
maternity
ma'am.
leave. Ayan, ma'am. So while waiting for questions, ma'am, and of course, I'll be asking lang a few questions since we still have another speaker po, no?
Speaker po.
So meron akong na-read, ma'am, somewhere na parang meron ding additional leave. Not sure if pasado na siya yung mental health leave na kailangan ngayon talaga. And parang dysmenorrhea or period leave, I'm not sure if talagang nasa batas na siya. Is this true po?
At present, ma'am, nasa under deliberation pa po yung ating mental health leave. Depende po yun
Mm-mm.
sa company policy ng company. But we have issued the implementation rules and regulation regarding mental health. So, management prerogative po yun. And then the dysmenorrhea leave, wala pa po siya.
Okay. So fake news pala yun, ma'am, na meron daw
Yes.
parang for a month, once a month, magkakaroon ng parang dysmenorrhea or period leave. Ayan, so for women, of course. And of course, ma'am, would like to ask also the most common labor problems today when the
Okay,
pandemic
ma'am.
started or ano. Ayan.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for that questions. Ma'am, some labor complaints are seasonal. Since
Mm-hmm.
ngayon po is December 15, most of the complaints that we receive is non-payment of 13-month pay. But
Mm-hmm.
for your information, as per the discussion also, the 13-month pay can be given by the employees until the 24th of December, 12 midnight. So that's the due date. And in case hindi na ibigay ni employer until December 24, so next office day namin ay December 27, pwede pong magsadya sa aming tanggapan para makapag-file ng claim.
Kasi pagpatak talaga ng December, ma'am, parang inaasahan na talaga lahat may 13th month, 'no? So, ayun.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
inaasahan natin na maraming complaints nga.
Opo.
So, actually nga po, may mga naririnig din ako. Ayan, and also, ma'am, um, um, ano 'to, open positions or, vacancies po for ano po,
Okay.
DOLE.
Got it. Ma'am, for informations on the vacancies in our department, kindly add po yung aming official Facebook page, which is Dole Cavite Provincial Office, or yung ating Dole Calabarzon for the whole posting in Region 4A. So sila po
Mhm.
yung in charge for that.
Alright. Okay, ma'am. And of course, ma'am, your tips na lang po and advice for the graduating students.
Okay po. So yung tips and advices ko po, since I'm the one conducting the career guidance and employment seminar and then the labor education, is that follow your passion. Ano po, kung ano yung interest mo, yun yung kinuha mong course. And then do what makes you happy. Kasi at the end of the day, you'll never work a single day in your life if you love what you do, if you love your job, and hindi siya magiging burden.
All right. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Miss Ruth, for joining us today. But before you proceed, ma'am, let me award the certificate po from CAVSU, CCAT Campus. So certificate of appreciation is given to Miss Ruth Arevalo Terrible for her invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker in the pre-employment webinar with the topic labor laws held on December 15, 2021 via Facebook Live and StreamYard, given the solemnity of December 2021 at Cavite State University, SICAT via StreamYard, signed by Mr. Noel P. Legaspi, Director of OSAS, and Mr. Jose P. Lesama, ED Campus Administrator. So, virtual clap naman po for Miss Ruth Arevalo Tribe ng Dole Cavite. Thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank
gracing
you,
the event, for
ma'am.
joining us today. We wish to have you on our next set of webinar. Malamang po sa CAVSO ulit yan. Ayan,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
So, thank
ma'am.
you
Thank you,
so much, Miss
everyone.
Ruth.
Bye-bye
Thank you,
po.
Miss. Okay. So, guys, if you have questions, huwag kayong mahiya. Okay, so last speaker na. So let's have our last, of course, but not the least speaker for today. So we have Miss the assistant professor. Okay, so she took BED in 2014 at Sorsogon State College and MAED Filipino in 2017 at Sorsogon State College and PhD in Filipino in 2021 at Sorsogon State University with 6 years teaching experience at TEPED. Again, the assistant professor from CAVSU, Miss Bridget I'm Mirabel, PhD. Hi, Miss Bridget. Good afternoon po.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Ayan, good
Hello po,
afternoon,
ma'am.
ma'am. Ayan, ma'am. Can we test your share screen, ma'am?
Um,
Good day, everyone. Uh, I'm Bridget Imarabel. I'm here to discuss about the personality development and career pathing. Um, what is personality development? Personality development is defined as a process of developing and enhancing one's personality. Ang pagpapaunlad ng personalidad ay tinutukoy bilang isang proseso ng pagbuo at pagpapahusay ng pagkatao ng isang tao. Okay, next, personality development helps an individual to gain confidence and high self-esteem. Okay, ito ay pagpapaunlad ng personalidad na tumutulong bilang isang individual na magkaroon ng kumpiyansa sa sarili. Yung mataas na pagpapahalaga sa sarili. Okay, personality development also is said to have a positive impact on one's communication skills and the way he sees the world. Individuals tend to develop a positive attitude as a result of personality development. Okay, ang pag-unlad ng personalidad ay sinasabing may positibong epekto sa mga kasanayan sa komunikasyon ng isang tao at sa paraan ng pagtingin niya sa mundo. Okay, ang individual ay may posibilidad na bumuo ng isang positibong saloobin bilang isang resulta ng pag-unlad ng isang individual o personalidad. Okay, we proceed to the importance of personality development. Personality development grooms an individual and helps him make a mark of his her own
Individuals need to have a style of their own for others to validate them. Do not blindly copy others. You need to set an example for people around. Personality development not only makes you look good and presentable but also helps you face the world with a smile. Yan, that's it. Uh, dapat your personality development, as an individual, we have a uniqueness. Okay? Uh, Hindi lang para sa ibang tao o para din sa sarili mo. Sa pagharap mo dito sa mundo. Okay. Personality development goes long way in reducing stress conflicts. It encourages individuals to look at the brighter side of life. Okay? Face even the worst situation with a smile. Kahit worst situation na kailangan natin ang ngumiti. Trust me, flashing your $1 trillion smile will not only melt half of your problems, but also evaporate your stress and worries. Okay. Nakakatulong naman talaga yung pag-i-smile sa mga problema na nakakabawas sa stress. There is no point cribbing over minor issues and problems. Okay? We proceed. Personality development helps you develop a positive attitude in life. Okay, it helps daw to your develop a positive attitude in life. An individual with a negative attitude finds a problem in every situation. Pag negative, syempre negative din yung magiging impact. Rather than cribbing and criticizing people around, analyze the whole situation and try to find an appropriate solution for the same. Remember, if there is a problem, there has to be a solution as well. Never lose your cool. It would make the situation worse. Yun, ang pinaka-importante sa atin ay wag na wag kayong mawawalan ng, kumbaga, never lose your cool. Yung moderate lang, wag masyadong magiging war freak. Kasi pag masyadong medyo panic ka or war freak ka, hindi mo na masusolusyonan ang mga problema. Okay, ng maayos. Next. It is essential for individuals to behave well with people around. Being polite with others will not only make you popular among other people, but also earn your respect and pride. Yan. The most important is respect and pride. Bilang isang individual, kung respeto ka ng ginagalang ka ng tao, ay meron kang yung mga may pride ka sa sarili mo, ay merong kumbaga may pagmamalaki ka, nire-respeto ka. Okay. You can't demand respect by being rude with other people. Hindi naman kailangan i-demand mo yung respect sa ibang tao. Ito ay kusang ibinibigay. Hindi ito hinihingi. Okay. Personality development plays an important role in developing not only your outer but also inner self. Okay? Hindi naman ang pagkakaroon mo ng personality development ay para sa ibang tao lang, para sa ibang tao, hindi lang para sa ibang tao, para sa iyong sarili. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Okay? Sunod. Human being is a social animal. One needs people around. An individual needs to have the magnetic power which attracts people towards him. You need to have that charisma of yours. Okay. Personality development helps you gain recognition and acceptance from the society as well as people around. Okay. Ano naman kadalasan ito attract people towards him. Charisma of yours. Kadalasan ano to meron nito ang mga politicians, ang mga artista. Ayun, mga kailangan nila yon being being one an individual para sa kanilang career. Okay. Okay, next. Personality development plays an essential role not only in an individual's professional but also personal lives. It makes an individual disciplined, punctual, and asset for his or her organization. An indisciplined individual finds it difficult to survive in the long run. O pag hindi ka naman talaga, undisciplined ka naman talaga, marami kang magkakaroon ka ng mga problema sa darating na panahon. Okay? Personality development teaches you to respect not only your boss and fellow workers, but also family members, friends, neighbors, relatives, and so on. Never make fun of anyone at the workplace. Avoid criticizing and making fun of your fellow workers. Uh, Respect is very important to us, especially the people around you and also from you. We have respect for ourselves is the most important. Okay. Avoid criticizing, making fun of your fellow workers. Uh, Hindi naman talaga maganda na mag-criticize ka ng ibang tao. Kasi kahit meron tayong tinatawag na individual differences. Okay? May mga coworkers ka na magagaling na alam mo na hindi mo alam. May magaling ka sa isang bagay, pero hindi sila magaling. Kaya hindi dapat i-compare o i-criticize ang isang tao kasi kung mahina siya sa isang bagay, mayroon naman siyang kalakasan sa isang bagay. Okay? One should never carry her attitude or personal grudges to work. Office is not a place where you can be rude to others just because you had a fight with your friend last night. Personality development session help you differentiate between your personal as well as professional life. It is really essential to keep a balance between both the lives to lead a peaceful and stress-free life. Yun. Hindi mo naman kailangan na dalhin ang attitude mo sa trabaho mo kasi galit ka. Yung problema mo ay hindi mo dapat sasali doon sa trabaho mo. Hindi mo dapat nadalhin. Kumbaga, kung marunong ka ng pagbabalance noon, dati hindi ka marunong, tapos dapat pagtutunan mo yon, it's a personality development. Okay? Next. Personality development helps an individual to inculcate positive qualities like punctuality, flexible attitude, willingness willingness to learn, friendly nature, eagerness to help other, and so on. Never hesitate to share information with others. Always always reach office on time. Some people have a tendency to work till late. Late settings not only increase your stress levels but also spoil your personal life. Sitting till late at the office indicates that an individual is extremely poor in time management skills. Okay, dapat mayroon kang punctuality, flexible attitude, willingness to learn. Dapat kung hindi mo alam, kumbaga pag-aralan natin. Friendly nature, eagerness to help to others, may kusa tayo o may pagtulong tayo sa kapwa natin. And yung mga nalalaman natin ay kailangan nating i-share naman sa iba kasi yung mga nalalaman naman natin ay share naman yun sa atin. I-share na lang natin sa iba. Okay? Laging wag malilate, be on time to your office. Wag mo nang gayahin yung ibang tao na nalilate lagi. Okay? Yung mga halimbawa ng laging nasa office, Kunwari sabihin na, "Ay, ang sipag," kasi nandun pa siya sa office, nagtatrabaho pa. Ah, Minsan may mga instances na kaya nandun siya kasi hindi niya na budget yung time niya. 'Yun. Ah, Extremely poor in time management skills. Okay, we proceed. Personality development helps you develop an impressive personality and makes you stand apart from the rest. Okay. Personality development also plays an essential role in improving one's communication skills. Individuals ought to master the art of expressing their thoughts and feelings in the most desired way. Okay, personality development makes you confident individual who is appreciated and respected wherever he goes. Okay, next. Okay, uh, that's all for the importance of the personality development. We proceed to what is career pathing. What is career pathing? Okay, career pathing is the process through which an employee charts a course for career development inside a particular organization. It focuses on identifying vertical and lateral opportunities for advancement of progression for each employee and on understanding the skills, experiences, and personal and professional competencies necessary for success in each new role. When designed and implemented effectively, okay, career pathing dramatically improves employee engagement, thereby offering extensive benefits to both individual employees and organizations as a whole. Okay. Kumbaga, ang isang individual kung may skills and understanding, experiences, or okay, magaling, isang pag na-hire ka sa isang organization, isang institution, kung magaling ka, sabi nga dito, mabe-benefits not only you, it's organization as a whole. Okay? Everyone dreams of having a highly successful career that they enjoy and that provides them with the lifestyle they desire. Far too many of us tough end up settling short when it comes to career success. Okay, working jobs we don't enjoy for less money than we'd like to have. Okay, lahat naman tayo may dream. May dream tayo na maging successful ang ating career. Okay. Kailangan lang natin ng sabi nga dito, dapat yung nag-enjoy tayo. It provides them with a lifestyle and they desire. Okay. And then, it depends to you kung gusto mo ang priority mo is money or enjoyment of your life. Kasi may mga nagtatrabaho na hindi masaya sa kanilang mga ginagawa. Okay, next. The good news is that having a successful career is something that is largely under your own control. Okay, ganun naman talaga. Kung sa sarili mo, ikaw lang talaga ang magiging, kumbaga, kung sa barko, ikaw ang magiging anchor ba? Ay, hindi. Manibela. Kumbaga sa motor, ikaw ang magiging manibela na yung sarili kung saan ka papunta. 'Di ba? It's your under control. Okay? Next. If you would like to start enjoying career success, follow these 6 steps. Okay. Number 1, choose your job wisely. Maging wais sa pagpili ng job. The first and by far the most important step to achieving career success is choosing your occupation. Okay, ang pagpili ng iyong posisyon sa iyong trabaho. Choosing an occupation that will bring you success to comes down to show to how you define success. Okay. Nasa iyo naman ang pagdidesisyon kung ano ang napipili mong magiging trabaho. Nasa iyo lahat, okay? And you define, sabi niya, how you define of success. Paano mo ma-define yung success? Doon ka patutungo. Kung doon ka sa palagay mo ay doon ka magiging matagumpay, follow your heart. Okay, do you want a career that allows you to travel as a steady job that lets you settle into a pleasant routine? No? Gusto mo yun? Go. Okay, if you the next is, do you want a career that makes you lots of money, or is money only a secondary concern? Yung sinasabi ko kanina a while ago, I said that sometimes the people have a job but kumbaga hindi sila masaya sa kanilang trabaho. Gusto lang nila magtrabaho kasi dahil sa pera, kailangan nilang pera. Pag may pera sila, saka sila nagiging masaya. Kumbaga, mas maganda pa rin yung, para sa akin, mas maganda pa rin yung masaya ka sa ginagawa mo. Diba? Okay. Ito nga dito, sabi nila, kung gusto mo ito, secondary concern lamang yung money. Pero masaya kasi yung career. Okay. Next. Once you define your priorities, you can mold your career around them. Okay, kung na-define mo na kung anong priorities mo, yan, you need to start to mold your career. Okay, of course, the most important priority is that you choose a career that you enjoy. Okay, masaya ka. Kumbaga, gusto mo yun. Gusto mo ang ginagawa mo. Okay, not only does an enjoyable career make your entire life more enjoyable as well, it also makes you more likely to succeed, since people always tend to do better at the things which they enjoy. Okay, next. Number 2, take ownership of everything you do. If you want to succeed in your career, you have to take ownership of both your triumphs and your failures. Okay. Hindi lahat triumphs, you need to accept your failures. Okay? Celebrate your triumphs, analyze them, and learn how you can emulate them and build on them in the future. Lahat naman nangyayari sa atin, sa sarili natin, kailangan naman nating i-analyze yung mga bagay-bagay kung saan tayo nagkamali at kung saan tayo tumama. Kumbaga, kailangan natin lang inilay-nilay ang mga bagay-bagay na ito upang magkaroon din tayo, sabi nga, mag-grow tayo. Okay. Next, you need to take ownership of your failure as well, accepting responsibility for them without letting them drag you down, and learning everything that you can from the mistake you make. Okay. Lahat naman tayo ay nagkakamali. Kailangan lang natin na bumangon ulit. Natututo tayo nga, sabi nga, natututo tayo sa ating mga pagkakamali, sa ating mga failures. Pero accept natin yung responsibility natin kung sakali man na meron tayong pagkakamaling mga nagawa. Okay, next. Many times, failure is a much more effective teacher than success. And most, if not all, of the world's most successful people would not be where they are today if they did not accept their mistake and learn from them. Lahat naman tayo ay lahat naman naging successful na tao ay dumaan naman talaga sa failure. Hindi sila naman kaagad-agad nagiging successful, o hindi naman sila lahat ng ginawa nila ay tumama kaagad. Lahat tayo ay dumadaan sa failure. Kaya wag tayong maging mababa ang ating sarili pag nakagawa tayo ng isang pagkakamali. Yung pagkakamali natin ay isa lamang proseso upang makamit natin ang ating mga tagumpay. Yun. Okay? Next. Number 3, don't get stuck. Being or feeling stuck in your career is almost always a state of mind, a predicament of a person's own making. Okay. No matter where you are in your career, you always have the power to make change. Okay. Kung na stuck ka na sa isang place o halimbawa, stuck ka na sa teacher 1, halimbawa teacher ka, you need to go study, you need to enroll and study para maano mo, makamit mo naman o para magkaroon ng pagbabago sa iyong buhay. Maging teacher 3 ka man lamang o maging master teacher 1, yun. Ang buhay naman ay pag nai-stuck na, pati pag nai-stuck na tayo, medyo natatamad na tayo, kailangan lang natin ng motivation. Yun. Gawin na lang natin ng motivation yung mga family natin at mga dreams natin. Para naman magkaroon tayo ng konting pagbabago sa ating buhay. Okay? Next. Many times, those changes may be frightening or difficult, but that doesn't mean they won't be beneficial. At all times in your career, you need to adopt a mindset of continuous learning and improvement. No? Kailangan lang natin ng improvement sa ating sarili. Hindi dapat tayo maging kumbaga stay lang kasi may mga principle na ganito lang ako, hindi ko kaya, mahirap, di ko kakayanin. Kumbaga, sabi nga ito, continuous learning and improvement. Yun lang kailangan natin. I-mindset na lang natin yung sarili natin na kailangan natin mag-improve every day. Okay? Next. Never stop working to advance both yourself and your career. And never give into the fallacy that you are stuck where you are at. Okay. Never stop working. Yun lang naman talaga. Kung mag-stop na tayo ng pag-work, wala na. We got stuck. Okay. Number 4, keep a positive attitude. Okay. When you have a positive attitude, positive result will come. Pessimism, on the other hand, is the enemy of success. Pessimism is able to turn manageable challenges into ones that are insurmountable, while optimism is able to make every challenge one that you are able to overcome. Lahat naman pag positive attitude tayo, it becomes a positive results. Yun naman ang mangyayari. Kung negative yung natin, negative din yung magiging result. Kaya keep a positive attitude. Keep on positive lang tayo. Avoid negativity. Okay. Okay, next. Start trying to catch yourself when you are thinking negative thoughts or displaying a pessimistic attitude towards some aspect of your career, and replace them instead with a positive and optimistic outlook. Yun. In other words, always look on the bright side and have a positive attitude, and the future of your career will be brighter as well. O naman, be a positive only. Be a positive always to get a better future of your career. Okay? Next, 5, set goals for yourself. Okay. One of the most beneficial things a person can do for their career is it to set goals for themselves. Okay. A set of thought of goals can serve as a roadmap to success, providing you with objectives to meet along the way as you work towards wherever you want to be in your career. Okay. Mag-set ka ng goal para sa iyong sarili kung ano ang objectives mo na gusto mo ma-meet in the long run. After, example, 5 years from now, I want to be a head teacher. You need to work it, paghihirapan mo, pagtatrabahuan mo para makamit mo. At least meron kang roadmap para mapadali yung pagiging kumbaga pagkamit mo sa iyong mga layunin, yung karera ng iyong buhay. Okay? Next. Besides ensuring that you do what it takes to meet the goals that you set for yourself, the most important part of setting goals is making sure the goals you set are beneficial. O naman, mag-set ka naman ng goals mo na kapaki-pakinabang. Okay. A beneficial goal is one of the challenging without being unattainable, and one that will improve you and your career when you meet it. Okay. Be sure that your goals will meet if you kumbaga sinet mo na yung goal mo, dapat kailangan mong matapos or ma-meet mo o yung sinet mo na goals para it's an beneficial uh, goals. Okay. Beneficial setting goals. Okay. Next. If you can set both short-term and long-term goals that meet this criteria, it will certainly help you reach the final goal you have to your career, whatever the final goal may be. O, kung kaya mo naman iset yung long-term na yun na goal mo, kaya mo naman i-set ng short-term, it's better. It's good. Mas pinakamabuti. Kasi yung time din, makukuha mo siya sa short term, mamimit mo na siya, kumbaga time management ka rin, and then yung sa career mo, nakuha mo na, kumbaga nagigain mo na siya, nakukuha mo na siya, napapakinabangan mo na siya. Kesa ng long term, naghihirap ka pa, humahabaw pa yung ano mo, sabi nga, you're prolonging the agony kung papatagalin mo pa. Okay. Next. Number 6, learn from feedback. Okay. When feedback is anything less than positive, it can often be a tough pill to swallow. Yung mga feedback na hindi mo kayang lunukin, be positive ka lang, gawin mo yung motivation para mabago yung feedback nila, maging okay. Kasi yung feedback, it's very important na maayos yung mga pagkakamali mo. Okay. However, asking for and truly listening to feedback is one of the quickest ways to hone your skills and progress in your career. Yun ang magiging instrumento upang magkaroon ka ng progreso sa iyong karera sa buhay. Okay, next. No matter where you are in your career, there are always going to be people who have a unique perspective to offer or who may know more about a particular topic than you. Okay. Ganun talaga, may mga bagay na mas magaling sila dahil kumbaga sabi nga dito more about a particular topic than you, mas magaling sila sa iyo, except it yun naman ay makakabuti sa iyo na tanggapin mo yung mga feedback na lalo yung may mga gagaling o may mga karanasan na hindi magkakaroon ka ng other idea. Okay. Listening to their feedback regarding your work, honestly evaluating whether what they are saying is true and useful, and putting what you learn into practice is sure to help you grow in your chosen career. Yun. Yung mga feedback na yun ay kumbaga makakatulong sa pagbabago o yung mag-grow ka sa pinili mong career. Marami kang mga idea na bago na matututunan. Okay, next. Okay, this is a reference. And thank you very much. Hope you learn a lot for me about the personal development and career pathing. Okay? Once again, thank you very much. Everyone.
All right. Yan. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks so much, Miss Bridget. Can we have Miss Bridget po for the Q&A? Hi, Miss Bridget.
Hello po.
Ma'am, ayan. So, I'll be asking lang, ma'am, oo, one or two questions lang since medyo overtime tayo, ma'am. Pero, ayan, ma'am. So, thank you, ma'am, for gracing the event. And of course, can you share po some of your best practices po regarding career pathing? Oo, yung mga ano niyo, ma'am, mga story niyo about paano niyo na ano yung career niyo today, 'di ba?
Ah,
Yeah.
Ako naman po ay pagkatapos ko po ng college, nag-set na po ako ng goal na someday magiging PhD po ako. Sinet ko na po yung goal ko, continuous learning na po ako. Doon na po ako nagsimula. 2014 graduate college, 2017 graduate of masters, 2021 ngayon po ngayon 2021 graduate na po ng PhD po Filipino.
Mm.
'Yun.
So,
Kailangan
nasa
ko lang po
mindset na
ng
talaga 'no, ma'am?
focus lang po talaga.
Mm.
Focus lang po kung ano ang mag ano mo goal in career mo.
Mm,
Kasi ako
mm.
po ang actually ang college ano ko po ay naging masalimuot din. Bago ako nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral ay dumaan muna po ako sa mga struggle na nursing student po ako dati, hindi po ako teacher. Pero na-focus na po ako in education. Ganun po talaga pag kung ano ang siguro taga binigay sa'yo, pagbubutihin mo lang po, doon ka na lang po mag-focus and develop yourself as your personality develop. Yung personality development natin ay natututunan natin sa bawat araw na pangyayari sa buhay natin. Kumbaga, yung mga nakakasalamuhan natin na tao, doon tayo nagkakaroon ng idea kung ano ang magiging path natin, kung saan tayo patutungo. And then, may mga negativity rin po na mangyayari sa buhay natin. Ano na lang na po natin yon, i-disregard na lang po natin yon. Kasi, lahat po ng tao sa paligid natin, mayroong positive thought, negative thoughts. Yung mga positive po na lang po yung kukunin natin. Kumbaga, pipili tayo ng pinaka-best na positive thoughts and positive thinking, positive think na magagamit natin as sa personality natin to achieve our goal in
Mm.
our career.
Alright,
Yun
ma'am.
po.
And of course, ma'am, would like to know also, ma'am, no? So, what are the factors or deciding factors that made you think na ito, sa education ako. Sa education ang linya ko, magiging teacher ako someday. Ano po yung mga factors, ma'am, that led you to ano nga, choosing education or yung field of education?
Kasi ma'am, ganito yon. Nung time na nag-education ako, labag sa loob ko. Tinapos ko lang 'to, sinabi ko na lang as stepping stone 'to para makamit ko yung gusto ko talagang pangarap. And then nung sinabi kong stepping stone tapos, nakapagtapos ako and then kumuha ako ng sabi ko nagdasal ako sa Lord, sabi ko, kung papasa ako sa ipu-push ko na 'tong education kasi para 'to sa akin, 'yun. Kumbaga ang aking goal ay kasama ko pa rin po yung Panginoon, para mag-guide po sa akin, yun. Yun po ang naging
Ayan.
focus ko na po.
Ayan, thank you, ma'am. And of course, ma'am, syempre, para sa mga CAVSU graduating students, your tips na lang din po and advice.
Tips and advice po for sa mga estudyante po.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. For our audience today, ma'am.
okay. Kung hindi nyo pa gusto yung mga kumbaga yung course na nakuha nyo, ipagpatuloy nyo lang yan kasi balang araw mamahalin nyo yan at yung career nyo na yan ang tutulong sa inyo upang maging matagumpay. Yun lang po.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. So, to award the certificate po, so, of course, CAVSU prepared also a certificate for you, ma'am. So, let me read po the
Thank you
citation.
po.
So, certificate of appreciation is given to Dr. Bridget I. Mirabel for her invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker in the pre-employment webinar 2021 with the topic personality development and career pathing, held on December 15, 2021 via Facebook Facebook Live, and StreamYard. Given this 15th day of December 2021 at Cavite State University CCAT campus via StreamYard, signed by Mr. Noel T. Legaspi, Director of OSAS, and Mr. Jose Pidesama, and the campus administrator. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us
Thank you
today.
very much
Virtual
po.
clap naman po for Dr. Bridget Mirabel. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you
Yan,
po.
so, yan, thank you, ma'am. Ingat po. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining
Bye
us,
po.
ma'am. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, guys, okay. Excuse me. So, to officially close our program for today, may we invite Ms. Joanna K. Philosopho, Officer in Charge of Guidance and Counseling, for the closing remarks.
Thank you, Miss Joyce. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joanna K. Philosopho, CVSU SICAT Guidance and Counseling Unit in charge, and I'm here to represent our Director for Instruction, Professor Marilu Piloseco. With that, please allow me to read her message for the closing remarks. To our campus administrator, Dr. Jose Pilisama, fellow campus directors, department chairpersons, faculty members, student participants, resource speakers, namely Ms. Ruth Arevalo Terrible, Dr. Bridget Mirabel, Mr. Kim Chua, Mr. Chris M. Villanueva, and to the organizers of this Marketing Me Live, a pleasant afternoon. First, I would like to congratulate the organizers of this event, the Office of Student Affairs and Services, headed by Honorable Noel T. Legaspi, and the OJT Office, headed by Mr. Reggie De Los Reyes, in cooperation with Jobs 180. This activity only proves that the pandemic could not stop a person from learning. My dear students, you are fortunate enough to be given this kind of opportunity that you can carry all your life and will contribute to the development of your skills that will further shape your future. With this, try to maximize every learning that you gain to become future ready. Mind you, this will really help you land a good job. So, to our speakers, thank you very much for generously sharing your expertise for the benefit of our students. We hope that you will continue to provide the same in the future. In ending, let me share this quotation by Tim Sanders. Education without application is just entertainment. Again, a blessed afternoon to everybody and advance happy holidays.
Thank you so much, Miss Joanna. Thank you so much po for joining us
Thank
today
you, Miss
also. So,
Joyce.
thank you, ma'am. Ingat po. Okay, so again, do not forget to evaluate this event. So the link is flashed on your screen, guys, and is also available at the comment section. So please do not forget to evaluate this event kasi this is also one of your attendance for today. So you have two attendance link po ha. So first po yung pre-reg link from jobs180.com, and of course this one evaluation link from CAVSU po ito galing sa placement office kina Miss Rachel. So please do not forget to evaluate this event. So nandyan po yan sa comment section, available siya. And of course, we would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event. We hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. So, sabi nga nila, it's okay to fail, just stand up and try again. So, of course, we would like to thank CAVSU CCAT Career and Placement and Guidance Services Center Office, especially Miss Rachel Flores. Kung hindi siya nag-message sa Jobs 180, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng event with CAVSU CCAT. And so, thank you so much for reaching out, Miss Rachel. Of course, we wish to have another webinar event with CAVSU CCAT. Thank you for collaborating with Jobs 180. So we would like to thank also the following sponsors: VXI, Optum CEO, for being our corporate sponsors for this event. You may check out also their page for career opportunities, or you may simply visit www.jobs180.com. And of course, you may visit for your career portal, schools180.com/CAVSUCAT. Okay, so again, schools180.com/CAVSUCAT. So please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. Please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed, and you are guys welcome to join in on those sessions too. So the program has finally concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan. We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Ingat po.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.